In the heart of Central America, cradled between the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea, lies a nation defined by fire and water. It is a land of colossal volcanoes and vast lakes, of dense tropical forests and sun-drenched coastlines, a place where colonial cities dream in pastel colors, and rural life moves to a rhythm set by the sun and the seasons. This is Nicaragua. From above, it reveals itself as a landscape of dramatic elemental power, a chain of volcanoes, some slumbering, others breathing smoke, forms a rugged spine down its Pacific flank. This is the source of the land's immense fertility, the rich, dark soil that has sustained its people for millennia. To the east, the great expanse of Lake Nicaragua, so large it has its own horizon and its own freshwater sharks, feels more like an inland ocean. This is a land of profound natural beauty, yet it remains one of the region's quieter, less traveled corners, a place often understood through the narrow lens of history rather than the broad scope of its daily life. To look closer is to discover a nation of immense warmth and complexity, a society that has weathered storms, both literal and metaphorical, and has done so with a spirit of unyielding resilience. This is a story not of headline, but of daily life, a story of connection to the volcanic earth, to the vibrant culture, and most importantly, to the communities that form the very bedrock of its existence. This is the story of the quiet rhythm of life in Nicaragua. Life in Nicaragua is governed by a rhythm that is both gentle and deeply ingrained. It is a pace dictated not by the clock, but by the arc of the sun across the tropical sky. The day begins early in the cool, soft light of dawn, long before the heat of midday settles in. In the cities and towns, the morning is a time of quiet, purposeful activity. The air fills with the scent of freshly brewed coffee, which is, a source of national pride, and the sound of tortillas being patted into shape by hand, a rhythmic clap that really is the heartbeat of the Nicaraguan kitchen. The metallic scrape of a shop's security gate rolling up, the crow of a rooster that pays no mind to city limits, the low murmur of neighbors exchanging greetings over a garden wall. These are the sounds of a nation waking up. In the rural villages, the day starts even earlier. A farmer in the northern highlands of Matagalpa is in his fields at first light, the mist still clinging to the coffee plants. A fisherman on the shores of Lake Nicaragua is already mending his nets, his gaze fixed on the water, reading its moods as his ancestors did for centuries. This profound connection to the natural world, to the cycles of planting and harvest, of rain and sun, has cultivated a national character of immense patience, a quiet pragmatism, and a deep-seated understanding that life is best lived in harmony with the world around you. The nation is home to just over 6 million people, and this relatively small population fosters an atmosphere of pervasive community. In the barrios, the local neighborhoods, life is lived out in the open. Doors are often left open to catch a breeze, and neighbors are an extension of family. Children play freely in the streets under the watchful eyes of the entire community. The morning trip to the local pulperia, a small family-run corner store, is more than an errand. It is a social ritual, a chance to catch up on the news, to share a piece of gossip, to ask after a neighbor's health. Life moves at a human pace, unhurried, relational, and deeply rooted in community. Daily life in Nicaragua is anchored in the steadfast culture of family and community. The family unit is the undisputed cornerstone of society. It is not uncommon for 3 generations to live under one roof, creating a powerful and resilient support network that is the first line of defense against life's challenges. The grandmother, the abuela, is often the revered heart of the household, the keeper of recipes and family history. Aunts and uncles are like second parents, and cousins grow up as close as. This multi-generational structure creates a constant, living link to the past and a deep sense of continuity. Homes are sanctuaries of activity and conversation, places where the bonds of kinship are constantly reinforced. They are places of immense hospitality, where a visitor is always greeted with a warm welcome and the offer of a cup of coffee or a glass of fresh fruit juice. This inherent closeness fosters a powerful sense of collective spirit. When a family celebrates a birth or a wedding, the entire neighborhood celebrates with them. When a family faces hardship, the community instinctively rallies to offer support, whether it's a shared meal, a helping hand with a repair, or simply the comfort of presence. There is a deeply ingrained, unspoken understanding that burdens are lighter when they are shared, and joys are greater when they are multiplied. This interdependence is not a choice, it is the fundamental organizing principle of social life. The local market, the mercado, is the vibrant heart of every town. It is a kaleidoscope of color, sound, and scent. A place that is as much a social hub as it is a center of commerce. Here, amidst the pyramids of mangoes and papayas, the sacks of rice and beans, and the stalls selling everything from handmade leather goods to traditional remedies, the life of the community unfolds. It is where friendships are maintained, where news is exchanged, and where the pulse of the local economy can be felt. It is a place where the relationship between producer and consumer is direct and personal, a daily reaffirmation of the bonds that hold the community together. Tradition in Nicaragua is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing force that shapes the present. The culture is a rich tapestry woven from 2 main threads: the heritage of the indigenous peoples who have inhabited this land for thousands of years, and the legacy of Spanish colonization. This blend is visible everywhere, in the language, the food, the architecture, and the faith. The Spanish language is spoken with a unique Nicaraguan cadence, peppered with words and phrases that have their roots in indigenous tongues. This linguistic blend is a reflection of a deeper cultural fusion. The national instrument, the marimba, with its resonant wooden keys, provides the soundtrack to daily life, its melodies echoing through city plazas and village festivals. The marimba is often accompanied by traditional folk dances like the Gueguense, a satirical drama that uses masks and dance to tell a story of colonial resistance. It's a masterpiece of street theater, a clever and humorous assertion of indigenous identity in the face of colonial power, and its performance is a source of immense national pride. Religion, predominantly Catholicism, plays a central role in the lives of many Nicaraguans, but it is a faith that is deeply intertwined with indigenous beliefs and local traditions. Every town has its patron saint, and the annual celebrations in their honor are the most important events of the year. These festivals, or fiestas patronales, are vibrant, exuberant affairs that can last for days. They are a blend of solemn religious processions, boisterous parades, traditional music, fireworks, and shared community feasts. It is a time when the sacred and the secular merge, a powerful expression of a faith that is both deeply personal and intensely communal. There is a quiet but immense pride in this cultural heritage. It is a pride born of a history of struggle and perseverance. It is visible in the careful preservation of the colonial architecture of cities like Granada and León, in the continuation of artisanal traditions like the pottery of San Juan de Oriente, and in the enduring power of the nation's poets and writers. Nicaragua is known as a land of poets, the birthplace of Rubén Darío, the father of the Modernismo literary movement. This deep love for the written and spoken word permeates the culture, fostering there's this unique appreciation for eloquence and artistry. It's really a vibrant, personal expression of a culture that has, steadfastly maintained its unique character against the currents of history. The economy of Nicaragua is deeply rooted in the land. For centuries, agriculture has been the backbone of the nation. And honestly, the rhythm of farming life still dictates the pace in much of the country. The volcanic soil, rich and fertile, yields a bounty of crops. Coffee is king, particularly in the northern highlands of Matagalpa and Jinotega. The high-altitude, shade-grown beans are prized for their quality and are the country's most important export. The life of a coffee farmer is one of patience and precision. The plants are nurtured under the canopy of native trees, a method that protects the environment and produces a more complex flavor. The annual coffee harvest is a massive undertaking, drawing in seasonal workers from across the region and providing a vital source of income for thousands of families. Beyond coffee, the land produces sugarcane, bananas, corn, and beans, which are the staples of the national diet. In the region around Esteli, rich dark tobacco leaves are grown, destined to be hand-rolled into world-renowned cigars. Cattle ranching is also widespread, particularly in the Central Plains. In many rural areas, farming is still a small-scale, family affair. A farmer works his small plot of land, or parcella, using traditional methods passed down through generations. His life is really governed by the timeless cycle of planting and harvesting. The informal economy plays a huge role in daily life. In the cities and towns, the streets are alive with entrepreneurial energy. You will see vendors selling everything from fresh fruit and grilled meats to mobile phone accessories and lottery tickets. A woman might set up a small stand in front of her home to sell refrescos, fresh fruit drinks to passers-by. A man with a bicycle might offer a sharpening service for knives and tools, his distinctive whistle a familiar sound in the neighborhood. Small family-owned businesses, a tailor shop, a small restaurant, a mechanic's workshop are the lifeblood of local economies. This is a culture of making do, of finding a way to provide for one's family with ingenuity and hard work. In recent years, tourism has become an increasingly important sector. Visitors are drawn to Nicaragua's natural beauty, its volcanoes, beaches, and colonial cities. This has brought new opportunities, particularly to places like the surf town of San Juan del Sur or the tranquil Ometepe Island. Small, locally owned hotels, restaurants, and tour companies have emerged, creating jobs and providing a new source of income. Yet the nation faces significant economic challenges, and for many, life remains a daily struggle. It's a reality, honestly, that has fostered a remarkable resilience and a deep appreciation for the non-material wealth of family and community. Nicaraguan food is a direct and honest reflection of its landscape and its history. Simple, hearty, and deeply connected to the land. The cuisine is built around a few core ingredients that have sustained the population for centuries. Corn or maize is sacred, the foundation of the diet. It is used to make tortillas, the essential accompaniment to every meal, as well as the complex and beloved nacatamal, a large tamale filled with meat, vegetables, and rice, wrapped in a plantain leaf and slow-steamed for hours. It is a celebratory dish, a labor of love, often prepared for Sunday family gatherings. The undisputed national dish, the heart and soul of Nicaraguan cuisine, is gallo pinto. The name translates to spotted rooster, a poetic description of its appearance. It is a simple, humble, and delicious mixture of red beans and rice, fried together with onions and peppers. It's eaten for breakfast, often with eggs and a piece of salty cheese. It's eaten for lunch, and it's eaten for dinner. It is more than just a meal. It is a symbol of national identity, a taste of home that unites Nicaraguans from all walks of life.